All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Central Wheel Magenta Express vlog. Today we got the Frozen Four Week 1 coming at you here from Farmington, Connecticut, where it's a balmy Sunday, 45 degrees, maybe colder and raining. Enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to give a special thanks to our sponsor here, Central Whale out of Farmington, Connecticut. These guys at the shop are amazing. You got a problem shifting while you're out on the road, pop in the back door, they'll fix you up, get you back out on the road in minutes. Anything from spring tune-ups to broken spokes, their mechanics can handle any job you throw at them. Want a new bike? Well, they got them in stock. They're legit stacked with bikes. Don't wait. Get on over to Central Whale. Get hooked up.
Today we're looking from the view of Noah Little Rocket Black. You also see Dan the Man Smith with his yellow velo toes. You'll notice Aaron Rand out there, along with Steve Beast Beaulieu, as well as Turner Big Rig French, hunting down nearly everything on the front. And we got Jeff Gelt, who's always cool as a cucumber. And then not featured is myself, the voice behind the screen, Evan Balanso. And then we got Tony, aka Coach.
Noah Black here. As you can see, I am sitting on Brian Oliver's wheel. This is the back half of the course. And so far, the race has been pretty calm. A couple attacks. The one thing that we missed was Ben Stokes sent a flyer from the gun, which we missed. And here, as you can see, the blue kit, I'm not sure who that is, what his name is, but he pulled out to the left and I didn't cover it. I just didn't react. I wasn't too worried about it. But as you can see on the left, Turner covers that attack, which is a common theme as you can see throughout the race. Turner did a great job covering almost everything throughout the entire race. As you can see, as we go through the corner, they do get a slight gap, but by the top of the hill, everything really starts to come back together again.
So Little Rocket there, you're mentioning that Ben Stokes went up the road. Yeah, he went up the road all right. Got about 50 seconds on us in a couple laps here. And I think one of our problems in this race was twofold. Communication, we couldn't talk to each other, couldn't hear. The rain was pouring. Look at the camera, I can't see anything. Second problem was, I think everybody was a little afraid out here. You got a lot of paint. Look at that paint. Yellow lines, white lines. And as we get down into the corner here, we come across this the start finish, you're flying downhill. You can see the speeds are going to go up here, and then you're going to I want to show everybody the paint because I think Ben really got to stretch his lead out in the first couple of laps because the pack, we were all concerned. We all went down last year. There was about 4 of us in our 8-man team that hit the dirt, broke some bones last year, and this year we wanted to get through this race. And here comes the corner, speeds are up, and here comes all the paint. Let's look at the paint. Let's slow it down. You got some yellow lines. You got 1 crosswalk, 2 crosswalks, and some more yellow. Here comes the next corner right after that. First corner, hit yellow lines again. You hit some more white lines, some more white lines. So just a lot of paint out there. And I think that actually helped Ben. Ben with a great idea to go early. I wish we had thought about that. But no.
Yeah, big props to Ben. So that's kind of the story of the race here. The pack kind of taking it easy through the corners, Ben staying away, and kind of a soft pedal race. Miserable one in these conditions. You almost wish it was harder, wish it was faster to have a little bit more heat in you. But that's about it. So we're gonna fast forward here a little bit to about 3 laps to go, where things start getting a little more interesting.
You can see with a couple laps to go here, we actually did a good job of getting to the front. We had talked about Big Rig covering every single attack, and he did. I mean, man, Big Rig was in the low gear, just going after everything. But we did a good job of moving the team up here. We knew at this point we were racing for second place, so we weren't putting anybody in the front to chase. So at this point, we're thinking lead out, stay safe through these corners because the speed got a little faster towards the end. But you can see the speeds are pretty ginger here through these corners and a lot of gaps. Look at the gap from rider to rider. And you're going to see, I know I opened up a couple gaps, Noah, that affected you here just because of the corners.
Yeah, as we see later on, especially in the last lap. Every little gap that gets opened up really affects you. It really just takes that little extra bit out of your legs, and it adds up over the whole 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's definitely something special about racing in the rain. Nothing like road spit. First race of the season, first one of 4. Sucking on road salt. It's a special kind of spicy out there.
Yeah, and this is just a reminder. This is a Cat 3-4 today. We actually had 51 pre-regs, and then only 30 of us showed up. Just goes to show about 20% of the field said, "Yeah, I ain't doing this." I mean, I didn't want to do this. We were a couple days out looking at the forecast, and it was going to be 60, 65. We were all jazzed up, and then, of course, on Sunday, it decided to only rain for these 2 hours. 2 hours, right when we started racing, essentially. And you can see on this hill, this is one hill where we're always gassing it. It's stretched out here. And Noah, take me to your thoughts on this hill, because I know you like to be lined up on the left here. And you can see we're going to the left a little bit, but take me through your thoughts here as you come up from the top of this hill.
Yeah, so this is the end of the third lap. 3 to go right here. We're going into 2 to go. This hill is always, where guys punch it. And ideally, as you'll see on the last lap, you want to cover the inside line here, which I was unable to do, because right here on the start-finish stretch, the left is the more sheltered side. The wind's coming from the right, so when you're moving up, you want to be on the left. That way you're getting the best track possible. It is a Cat 3 race, though, so everyone's kind of just hanging out in the middle and isn't really taking advantage of that.
So you can just barely see it. If you look up there, you see some pink jerseys. That's Steve Beast. He actually just went off the front here. His goal was to go for a flyer with about 2 to go. And now he's going on the downhill and trying to get that gap. But no, I was up a little ahead of you here. We just didn't get the gap that we wanted, that attack. So what Steve's going to do is he's going to keep on the gas actually here and try to string the field out, which actually kind of works out well if we had set up the train up for the Magenta Express special coming up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Even, when you have a plan going into a race, it doesn't always work. Even if you make a jump, sometimes one or two guys hop on you or just tow the field back to you. Things don't always go according to plan. That's part of racing, though. Racing, it's not a science, it's an art, and something that, you're constantly getting better at. So you can see me here on the back of Jeff's wheel. On the back stretch, things starting to speed up a little bit. And the rain's really coming down now. Actually, what was going through my head, I started to get really, really cold at this point in the race. High 40s and raining is not a good combination.
Little Rocket says a little cold. I'm going to give you, that's an understatement. We had the plan to race the A race, and at the end of this race I said, "Hey, Little Rocket, cut off my number," and Little Rocket's shaking. And Little Rocket couldn't get to my pins because he was so cold, and it looked like he was having a problem. So we sent him to the car for the early towel bath because he just couldn't stop shaking. Which is, we learned a lesson today. Don't wear your summer skin suit in the March races. So take us through what you were thinking there with the skin suit today.
I'm a smaller guy as well, so I don't have the largest raw power, so every little aerodynamic advantage I can get, I take. Yeah, so ideally I'd be advancing on the left here. However, I did see Dan start to move up, so I hopped in his wheel for a free ride. Yeah, as you can see, Dan is much bigger than I am, so it's a great draft as we go through here with 1 lap to go. And the whole team right now is way too far back. Ideally, with 1 to go, we should all be top 5, top 7. So we're way too far back. I'm realizing this and saying to Dan, "Hey, we got to start moving up. We got to get going here because we are running out of time very quickly." And as we go into the one somewhat technical section of the course, I should have gone left here. I should have, gotten in front of Dan to keep moving up. But unfortunately, me and him take a pretty bad line through this corner, and we lose a lot of speed. And if you look down the left-hand corner, we have to spike our power up. I'm at 750 watts to get back on the wheel. I actually yell at Dan not to punch it so hard to try and smooth out the effort because I know that really just took a chunk out of my legs from final sprint. So Dan starts to try and bring me to the front of the group. He moves up to the left here to get around, which is perfect. I start to follow him, but I kind of get pinched between that snowbank and the pack, and that was a little too close to comfort for me. So I lose contact here with Dan, which is far from ideal. So as you see, I continue trying to move up on the left.
You can see Steve B is coming back. So Steve's spent almost 2 laps out there grinding that pace. So that's an effort. Shows you his beast that's in him. That guy's gonna break out this year. Dude, stacked. We're coming for you guys. Magenta Express. So here I am going up the hill. I said to myself at this point, I don't have a gap here. I was trying to collect Noah. Didn't happen. So now I backed it down a little bit, trying to get the guys back to me, but we just couldn't connect. Noah's two guys out.
Yeah.
He's got Aaron behind him.
Yeah, so the plan was to swing left here. That's how I visualized it. I knew where the wind was coming from, but I don't protect the inside line. This guy comes up on my left, and that forces me to go right. So that was the first issue in my sprint right now. Second issue, I'm too far back to start off with. And then third issue, look at my power. I'm at 700 watts. I slowed down here. I hesitated because I almost thought that Dan was going to sprint and I'd hop on his wheel. That didn't happen. That was a major mistake. I shouldn't have hesitated. I should have gone because even though I get out ahead, this guy with the orange armor gets ahead of me. And if I had held that acceleration, that would have given me, a little bit more speed and less time for him to get into my draft. So we ended up with third. Race went pretty well, but we're always hoping for better.
So if you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely leave some comments below. We'll be sure to read those and hope to bring you some improvements moving forward here. And this will be the first of 4 of the Frozen 4 series.